Prostitution is usually regarded by many to be the oldest profession. According to Kenneth Maxwell, author of Sex in the Future, prostitution has been a traditional human activity since at least the beginning of historical memory and will continue to flourish worldwide. Our proposition is that prostitution should be made legal in brothels throughout California for a wide array of reasons, including but not limited to: 1. Making prostitution legal will protect the health and well-being of both prostitutes and their customers. 2. The legalization of prostitution will have positive effects for California's economy. And 3. Through the legalization of prostitution, the police will have more time and financial resources to find and prosecute those criminals more dangerous than prostitutes. Legalizing prostitution will increase the quality of life for those who partake in prostitution as a career and those who use the business they offer. Legalizing prostitution will make regular medical examinations of prostitutes mandatory, which can only lead to a decrease in the spread of STDs. Although prostitutes only make up 3 to 5% of the STDs in the country, according to the U.S. Department of Health, mandatory STD screenings will decrease that percentage drastically by catching the STDs before they become a widespread problem. A study performed by the University of California at Berkeley School of Public Health proves this to be true. They studied the health of legal Nevada brothel workers compared with that of jailed Nevada streetwalkers. None of the brothel workers had AIDS, while 6% of the streetwalkers had AIDS. Legal prostitution is safer since the customer comes to you. According to a former street prostitute, you're not in control, you're just a piece of meat. In that life, you get beaten down so badly. A prostitution advocate claims, if all acts of prostitution must be acted within the walls of a brothel, there will be a high decrease in violence, as customers will be less likely to brutally hurt or kill a prostitute when there are other people within a close proximity. If prostitution becomes legal, prostitutes will feel more comfortable reporting violent crimes committed against them while on the job, since what they're doing won't technically be considered illegal. According to an article released by AssociatedContent.com, a study found that 70% of all street prostitutes have been raped on the job at an average of 8 to 10 times per year. Most sex crimes are committed against streetwalker prostitutes, but if prostitution was made legal in brothels, many of these prostitutes would change their area of business to the safer one of the two. The legalization of prostitution will allow for it to be taxed, therefore contributing to California's economy, and allow for the police force to use their power for more important issues. Police are spending too much money on prostitution busts, money that could be used for important issues, like finding and prosecuting murderers, rapists, and child predators. In a study conducted by James Bovard, author of The Legalization of Prostitution, police in Boston, Cleveland, and Houston arrested twice as many people for prostitution than they did for all homicides, rapes, robberies, and assaults combined, and spent 213 man-hours a day enforcing prostitution laws. The average cost per hooker bust is $2,000. In the same study, it was apparent these costs are steadily increasing. In 1985, work to stop prostitution cost $120 million for 16 large American cities. In 1993, it was estimated that Los Angeles alone was spending over $100 million a year. According to the aforementioned Kenneth Maxwell, decriminalization will open the way to licensing of prostitutes and collection of fees and taxes, which in turn will create funds for public prevention and treatment of venereal disease. Licensing is affordable enough where all prostitutes can afford one, usually as low as $104 for an escort and $771 for an agency. According to government officials in Vancouver, Canada, where prostitution is legal, most of this money goes towards public information programs and prevention. Vices aren't crimes. When adult women decide to exchange money for sex and adult men decide they want to partake in this exchange, it is a personal choice made by two consenting adults. Controversial court rulings, like Roe v. Wade, have given women the right to control their body, and what that woman decides to do with her body is not our choice. Even if it remains illegal, it will still be happening and probably increasing throughout California. The most logical and sensible solution is making prostitution legal in California. Doing so will be beneficial for the health and safety of prostitutes, their clients, the economy, and the police force.